Join me as I dive into some of the most shocking true clown horror stories that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about clowns. There's something about clowns that evokes a mix of fascination and fear in us. Maybe it's their exaggerated features, their unpredictable behavior, or the fact that they're hiding behind a mask of makeup and costume. Whatever it is, clowns have a way of tapping into our deepest anxieties, making them the perfect subject for some truly terrifying horror stories. Clowns, as we know, are supposed to be entertainers, bringing joy and laughter to children's birthday parties and circus shows. But beneath their bright red noses and oversized shoes, there's a darker reality lurking. Behind the painted-on smiles, there's often a sense of unease, a feeling that something is not quite right. Societal perception of clowns is a curious thing. On the one hand, we invite them into our homes and our children's lives, but on the other hand, we can't help but feel a twinge of fear or unease in their presence. This duality of the clown persona is precisely what makes them so fascinating and so terrifying. It's the uncertainty of what lies beneath the surface, the sense that at any moment, the clown's mask might slip, revealing something sinister lurking beneath. As we delve into the true horror stories that follow, keep this contradiction in mind and ask yourself, what's really hiding behind the clown's smile? In the small town of Greenfield, Massachusetts, a local woman reported a series of disturbing encounters with a clown who seemed to be stalking her. According to her account, the clown would appear at her workplace, in the grocery store, even outside her home, its menacing grin fixed firmly in place. At first, she thought it was just a prankster, but as the encounters continued, she grew increasingly terrified, convinced that the clown was watching her, waiting for its moment to strike. In another incident, a group of friends claimed to have stumbled upon a creepy clown in an abandoned amusement park on the outskirts of town. As they explored the rickety roller coasters and rusting carousels, they came face to face with a figure in a tattered orange wig and a face painted with a twisted, sinister smile. According to their account, the clown began to pursue them, its slow, deliberate movements sending chills down their spines as they desperately sought to escape. Then, there was the bizarre case of the clown who turned up at a children's hospital, claiming to be there to entertain the kids. But as the nurses and doctors watched in horror, the clown began to transform before their very eyes, its body contorting into grotesque, inhuman shapes that seemed to defy explanation. Panic erupted as the hospital went into lockdown, and the clown was eventually dragged away by security, its true intentions unknown. But of all the shocking true clown horror stories, there's one that stands out as particularly chilling. In the sleepy town of Kingsville, a group of friends decided to explore the local legend of a haunted mansion on the outskirts of town. As they crept through the dusty hallways, they stumbled upon a door hidden behind a tattered tapestry. And that was when they saw it, a clown, suspended in midair, its face frozen in a scream of terror. But as they watched, the clown's eyes flickered open and it began to speak, its voice a low, menacing whisper that seemed to burrow deep into their souls. The most shocking thing about this story is what happened next. As the friends turned to flee, they realized that they were trapped. The doors had slammed shut, and the windows were barred. And then, the clown began to change, its body contorting into impossible shapes, its face stretching into a grotesque grin. It was as if the very fabric of reality was unraveling before their eyes, and they were powerless to stop it. As we reflect on these true clown horror stories, we're left with a sense of unease, a feeling that the world is not as it seems. Clowns, once seen as harmless entertainers, now seem like vessels for something darker, something malevolent. Their presence is a reminder that no matter how hard we try to rationalize it, there will always be forces beyond our control, lurking just beneath the surface. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the heart of clown horror. If you've got a scary clown story of your own, be sure to share it in the comments below. And if you're looking for more creepy content, be sure to check out my next video, where we'll be exploring even more terrifying tales of horror.